So, I have added a few more books to my book library. I added 9 new books, well actually 10 new books, because there are 9 physical books and there's 1 ebook. And the ebook I got in the Dutch Book Week. By buying a book, if you buy, I think it was about more than €17.50. If you would have bought a book in that week, you could get a free book. And depending on where you buy it, it might actually be an ebook. So, new books. And let's go through these books quickly. Book number 1. The Alchemist from Paulo Coelho. And well, this is a book for all my context roadmap. And it's a fiction book, but it's not just an adventure. It is philosophical. So, interesting to read this one. Then I also bought 1 book that I already had, and I sent it back. I can't show the book right now that I have. It's somewhere in my book cabinet, but that is The Color of Magic. I already have it, and yeah, somehow I ordered it while I already have a copy. These things can happen. Now, when I send it back, the nearest place you can do that near my place, it's actually a secondhand store, and there I saw 1 book from Stephen King. Die Duistere Kant, that's the Dutch version. It's a Puma Pocket. Also for my context roadmap, a thriller or horror. Now then we have Starten with Obsidian. And Obsidian is a tool that I use. I use it a lot. I use it daily for my reading logs, for my daily logs, for my projects, a lot of things. And I still want to make an episode about how and what I use Obsidian for. But I don't know everything yet. So that's why I bought this book. And there's actually a follow-up that I also bought. Verder, that's Obsidian. So yeah, these both are of course for my learning roadmap, and that will be really helpful. Then another one that is also really helpful is this one. Laat ChatGPT 5 voor werken. And this is of course a book about ChatGPT. I use it daily, and I know a lot about ChatGPT. However, I'm pretty sure I don't know everything. And so I'm interested to see what information this book, what kind of tips and tricks, and that whether my system of how I use ChatGPT will get an upgrade. So another one and these books like for Obsidian and ChatGPT 5, they have an immediate value. And it's also important not to wait too long with applying these books. I could, let's say that I read them in 2 years' time. Yeah, that makes no sense, because then we have ChatGPT 8, and Obsidian must still be the same, but by putting these books early in this year on my reading roadmap, that will make sure that I will improve my skills, so to say. Then we have the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. And yeah, this is of course it should be a really inspiring and impactful book. And if I want to be a better entrepreneur, then this is the book that I should read. But not only read, it's important to study these kind of books to improve yourself. So another one for the reading roadmap. Then we have Blindspot. It is Blindspot by Paula Hawkins. And to be honest, the only reason I purchased this book is that I still had a few euros left on gift cards from my work. I got a 100 euro gift card, so I applied it on my shopping cart, but there were still a few euros left in this book. It was in discount, and by adding this book I only had to pay about one euro extra for my own money. And apparently it's a nice book, thriller. So yeah, put it on a context roadmap. It's not very long. So yeah. Then the next one we have Thinking Fast and Slow van Daniel Kahneman. This is of course different kind of book again. And it's about psychology, behavioral economics. Well, definitely for the learning roadmap. But when I will read it, I don't know. Of course, I still have a list of books that are currently in a certain order on my roadmaps. However, it doesn't mean that I can't put one or some of these books in this roadmap, and then other books might come. I might put them on a later time slot, but I have to see. I don't know yet. But I do know that this ChatGPT book and this Obsidian book I want to start with as soon as I can, depending on how important other books on the roadmaps are. Then the last one is the image revisited. And this is a book about business, about entrepreneurship. And when I talked about entrepreneurship for the habits of highly effective people, that one is actually more about leadership. And so the subtitle is Why Most Small Businesses Don't Work and What to Do About It. And well, I'm building systems. Systems for myself, systems for the company I'm working for. And I also want to, but I also need to improve myself. So, these are 9 books that I added to my book library. And I will put them somewhere upstairs. Yeah, I have actually right now lack of cabinet space for books, but that I will solve later this year. And I have finished right now this year already 7 books. And if I keep going like this, I would not be surprised if I complete over 20 books this year, which is a record, will be a record from the time that I'm tracking this. Now in my youth, when I was, let's say, 20 to 30 years younger, I read a lot, but I did not keep track on what I read. But of course, some of these more advanced books I did not read back then. So, yeah. Anyhow, yeah, this was an episode about books I bought. And when I finish books, I also intend to do book reviews. I've done a few already on this channel, but there are still more to come. There are enough books in the pipeline that I have completed reading, but I didn't yet create a video about it. But that is definitely to come. Do you also read? Do you also track what you read? And are there any of these books in your book library? Yeah, you can let me know in the comments. What you can also do is give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. That all helps, as you know, with YouTube algorithm. And yeah, I hope to see you next time on Ari's Questlog.